قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بضعتي، قد أذنت لك فدخلت تحت الكساء. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرف الكساء وأومى بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن عاداهم ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم، فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، وأذهب عنهم الرس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد. فقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئة ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل يا ربي ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. اللهم صل على محمد. فقال جبرائيل يا ربي يتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض ليكون معهم سادسا. فقال الله نعم قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله. العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئة ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم، وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم، فهل تعذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء فقال لي أبي إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. فقال علي لأبي يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي إذن والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا وفيهم مهموم إلا وفرج الله همه ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غمه ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي إذن والله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعيدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة.
وآل محمد أفضل محمد وآل محمد. عباس عباس یا بل فضل العباس. عباس عباس یا بل فضل العباس. سکائے حرم رکھ لیں نہ برم ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں. سکائے حرم رکھ لے نہ برم ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں. تم بھی نہیں ہم کو ٹھکرانا، تم بھی نہیں ہم کو ٹھکرانا، ہم دنیا کے ٹھکرائے ہیں. سکائے حرم رکھ لے نہ برم ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں. سکائے حرم رکھ لیں نہ بھرم ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں. اب سارے سہارے ٹوٹ چکے، ہمیں اپنے پرائے لوٹ چکے. اب سارے سہارے ٹوٹ چکے، ہم اپنے پرائے لوٹ چکے. تم اپنی پناہوں میں لے لو، تم اپنی پناہوں میں لے لو، ہم رن سے بہت گھبرائے ہیں. سکائے حرم رکھ لیں نہ بھرم ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں. عباس عباس یا بل فضل العباس. اشکوں کی زباں پہچانتے ہو، جو دل میں ہے وہ بھی جانتے ہو. اشکوں کی زباں پہچانتے ہو، جو دل میں ہے وہ بھی جانتے ہو. ہم کہہ نہیں سکتے تم سن لو، ہم کہہ نہیں سکتے تم سن لو، بس ہاتھوں کو پھیلائے. سکا یہ حرم رکھ لیں نہ برم ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں. عباس عباس یا بل فضل العباس. ہر سونی گودی بھر جائے، ہر بیٹی کو رشتہ مل جائے. ہر سونی گودی بھر جائے، ہر بیٹی کو رشتہ مل جائے. ان چہروں کو رونق دے دو، ان چہروں کو رونق دے دو، جو غم کے سبب مرجھائے ہیں. سکا یہ حرم رکھ لیں نہ بھرم ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں. عباس عباس یا بل فضل العباس. مولا تم باب ہوائج ہو، روزے پہ انہیں بھی بلوا لو. مولا تم باب ہوائج ہو، روزے پہ ان کو بھی بلوا لو، غربت کے سبب جو آ نہ سکے، غربت کے سبب جو آ نہ سکے، ہم ان کے عریضے لائے ہیں، سکائے حرم رکھ لیں نہ بھرم، ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں، عباس عباس یا ابا الفضل العباس، جو نام تمہارا لیتا ہے اللہ بھی اس کو دیتا ہے، جو نام تمہارا لیتا ہے اللہ بھی اس کو دیتا ہے، خیرات بری داشانوں کی، خیرات بری داشانوں کی لینے کے لیے ہم آئے ہیں، سکائے حرم رکھ لینا بھرم، ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں، عباس عباس یا بالفضل العباس، ہوتے ہیں کتنے ظلم شدید اور اہل عزا ہوتے ہیں شہید، ہوتے ہیں کتنے ظلم شدید اور اہل عزا ہوتے ہیں شہید، جو ختم یزیدو کر دے، جو ختم یزیدو کو کر دے، وہ طاقت مانگنے آئے ہیں، سکائے حرم رکھ لینا بھرم، ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں، سکائے حرم رکھ لینا بھرم، ہم در پہ تمہارے آئے ہیں، عباس عباس یا بالفضل العباس، محمد وآل محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم.
اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم، بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم، الحمد للہ رب العالمین، والصلاة والسلام علی اشرف الانبیاء والمرسلین، ابی القاسم وعلی اہل بیتہ الطیبین الطاہرین المعصومین، ولعنۃ اللہ علی اعدائہم اجمعین. مولانا صاحب, my elders, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. As we can see at the moment, the situation in the world, the political climate is getting very difficult for all mu'mineen and Muslims. Especially we saw for the past year atrocities happening in Gaza and now in Lebanon. We can only pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please relieve them of all these difficulties. Bihaqqi Imam Zaman Ajallahu ta'ala faraja. And that we do have a responsibility in trying to help them as much as we can. So mu'mineen are encouraged to donate towards the WF aid. Today, supported by the President of World Federation, gave a speech to the community, and he urged that people should give as much charity as we can. Up to now, alhamdulillah, our community has raised more than £2 million for Gaza and Lebanon. And inshallah, he assured us that every penny that is being raised is going towards helping the mu'mineen and Muslims who are suffering with difficulty. Secondly, also, he said that the World Federation is on constant touch with the office of Ayatollah Sistani. May Allah protect him and prolong his life. And that when a statement is issued or not issued, it is based upon the guidance that is received from Najaf. And also we have got a governance structure from the World Federation to the regional federations in making sure that whatever statements are taken out are appropriate to any region that is there. So sometimes we do see that there are no statements coming out. It's not that the World Federation is quiet about it, but it is it depends on the situation that is there and what has been advised by the Office of Ayatollah Sistani. So let us recite Surah 5 times Amma Yujibu for the relief of all the Muslims, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala relieve them quickly. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ 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 أَمَّنْ يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. Secondly, when the riots started back in February, we decided that for the operational center we were closing the gates, and only somebody would man the gates and open the gate outside. So, however, after the feedback from members and considering current political situation, we've decided now we'll keep the gate open for 1 hour from the time the program starts. So, for example, like today, it started at 8 o'clock. So by 9 o'clock, inshallah, the gates will close, as it used to happen before. And then if somebody comes after that, then they'll have to buzz to come inside. Inshallah, most of the mu'mineen will be able to come by then. And for the mu'mineen who are coming for prayers, as you are all aware, because of the winter time, we have now moved prayers to 7 o'clock every day. And on the days of the program, it's going to be 8 o'clock. And on the weekends, it's going to be awal waqt. So mu'mineen are encouraged to come and partake in Salatul Jama'ah, which has got great benefit. And one of the ways in which our prayers are accepted, inshallah. So for mu'mineen who are coming for prayers, we will ensure that the gate is open just before prayers. And if for any reason anybody is running late, please message either me or Nadim Bhai, and we'll be more than happy to come and wait for you to come. And because if we wait for you, we are also getting thawab for waiting for you to come and join the salah. So please ensure that you do not hesitate to come. Just let us know, and inshallah we will be there waiting for you, and we'll all inshallah pray. Lastly, can I please request recitation of Surah Fatiha for Marhum Akbar Habib Dala, Marhum Muhammad Raza Hassan Ali Manjihaji, Marhuma Zainab Bai Muhammad Raza Manjihaji, and all our Marhumin. Fatiha. Can I please request Maulana Sahib to come to the member and recite Majlis for 11th Imam, inshallah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وبه نستعين وهو خير ناصر ومعين. الحمد لله الفرد الأحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد، ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيدنا ونبينا وشفيعنا وطبيب نفوسنا وحبيب قلوبنا الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرضين بأبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتخبين المنتجبين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من يوم عداوتهم إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد فقد قال مولانا أبو محمد الحسن بن علي صلوات الله وسلامه عليه: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: لا يشغلك رزق مضموم عن عمل مفروض. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. Respected Mu'mineen, first and foremost, I would like to extend my heartiest felicitation, congratulation, and greeting on the occasion where we are celebrating the birth anniversary of our 11th master, Mawla Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. When we look at the life of our 11th Imam, you find Imam Hassan Askari, he had only 28 years, or his age was 28 years. According to some riwayat, it is 23 years only. If it is 23 years, so Imam al-Askari, he is the only Imam who got least life. But based on 28 years, ulama, they said, and historians, they have written that 12 years, first 12 year, Imam alayhi salam, he spent in Medina, and then after 10 year in Samarra along with his father Imam al-Hadi, and then 6 year Imam alayhi salam spent in his period of the Imamah. When we look at the period of Imamah, you find that Imam al-Askari alayhi salam, he spent 3 years in prison. So only 3 years he was able to convey the message of Islam or have the position of the Imamah. However, in the prison also Imam has guided so many people, and we have riwayat, so many narrations in regard of it. But 6 years in short, Imam al-Askari, he had Imamat period. His father, we all are aware that it was Imam al-Hadi, and his mother name is Hudayth, or some historian, they have written that it was Sawsan. Maybe this Sawsan and Hudayth, both of them, they are, name of the mother of Imam al-Askari. And she was very noble and very intellectual and knowledgeable lady. And his knowledge and his her understanding and her knowledge, it was revealed when Imam al-Askari passed away. Because when Imam al-Askari passed away, and Imam of our time, he was only 5 years old. So Shias, they were in very difficult condition, because Imam, 12th Imam, he was in like secret, and even the Wiladat of Imam Sahib al-Asr was not revealed, because the enemy, they were not aware, and Ahlul Bayt, they wanted to, that inshallah I will give you the detail of it, they wanted to keep it secret for the security and for the safety of 12th Imam. So at that juncture, Shias were in very critical and very difficult position, because their Imam out of sudden disappear, and they are like not the previous people, they all felt Imam, and their Imam was in front of them. So at that moment, this the mother of Imam al-Askari, she revealed her knowledge, because Shias, they were in dilemma, and they had difficult condition. Like many of them, they were in doubt about the Imamah, whether the Imam is there or not, and they had so many questions, and so many suspicions were there. So that is why historians, they have written, at that juncture, the mother of Imam Hassan al-Askari, she comes forward and she presented her knowledge for the Shias of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So this is the just brief history of the mother of Imam al-Askari alayhi salam. When we look at the life of Imam al-Askari, you find in previous session or at the time of Shahadat of Imam al-Askari, I gave you 3 important tasks in regard of Imam al-Askari, which Imam alayhi salam presented or have done in his lifetime. Today, another 3 important tasks and 3 important noble, responsibility Imam alayhi salatu salam perform in his lifetime. Number 1 responsibility of Imam, or number 1 noble task Imam al-Askari alayhi salam during his lifetime did, it was correction, or it was, the islah of aqaid of the mu'mineen. Because aqaid, if you look at the aqaid, they are the most important part of our religion. Everything, whatever, we do, they all are based upon our aqaid. Today you are, mashallah, in this mahfil, and those who pray their namaz, those who practice their religion. So everything, we do based on our faith or on aqaid. So aqaid, they are, very, very crucial and very important for our life. Let me give you an example from the history. When the Battle of Siffin was going on, at that moment, Arabi, Bedouin, a nomad person, enter into the battlefield. And the battle in between both troops, it was on the peak, and Amir al-Mu'mineen and his ashab, they are fighting with their enemy. So at this moment, at that delicate moment, a Arabi and a Bedouin enter into battlefield. So when the ashab of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, they notice that someone is coming, and he's rushing toward the Amir al-Mu'mineen. So from there, from distance, he called and he said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ya Ali ibn Abi Talib, I have a question. So the ashab of Amir al-Mu'mineen, they hold him and they said, go back from here. This is not the time of asking question. So he said, I want to ask question about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But here, Amir al-Mu'mineen, he comes forward and he said, no, allow him and let him to come to me, and I will respond him. But ashab, they said, Ya Amir al-Mu'min, this is very delicate moment. Enemy is on our head. They want to kill us. Ya Amir al-Mu'minin, postpone the answer of it for after the battle. But Amir al-Mu'minin, he said, he asked the same question we are fighting for. And because if our enemy would understand about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we would not have fought with them. So why we are fighting with them? Because of the understanding and because of the aqaid, because of the faith that we have. So this aqaid, they are very crucial. And that is why in one of the hadiths, Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala he says, عجبت لمن يتفكر عن معقوله ولا يتفكر عن معقوله. See the wording, how Amir al-Mu'minin, he is a master of language. He says, عجبت لمن يتفكر عن معقوله. معقول, and then he says, ولا يتفكر عن معقوله with qaf. Qaf and qaf, the difference of qaf and the qaf. What is the meaning of ma'kul? Ma'kul, actually it is from akl. Meaning of akl means eating. So Imam said, I'm surprised, I'm wonder about a person who is cautious about his eating, but he is not cautious about his aqaid. So ma'qul, it is from aql. So ma'qul means the things, those comes in your aql, and the intention is, the aqaid and the creed. So Amir al-Mu'minin says that the people, they are always cautious about their, akl and eating, how much protein this food it contain, and how many vitamins are there, and how much it is beneficial and energy and all that, all those sort of thing. But when it comes to aqaid, we are not cautious. We can open any channel, YouTube channel, we can open, any TV channel, and we start listening to them, and we start adopting the aqaid of those. So aqaid, they are very crucial. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is why He says that on the day of judgment, your hearing and your listening, both of them, they are going to be questioned. What you have heard, what you have looked. So everything, these are things because through your eye and through your ears, aqaid, they are infiltrated into your heart. So on the day of judgment, our thinking, our hearing, our looking and our hearing, all three, they are going to be questioned according to the ayah of the Quran. And that is why our sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, Allahumma salli ala. He said, if you listen someone and he is agent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's like you are worshipping Allah. If you are listening to a speaker and he is talking about the shaitan, it's like you are worshipping the shaitan. So listening, it is very, very important. So Imam al-Askari, one of the noble tasks he had in his life, it was correction the aqaid of the people. In the lifetime of Imam al-Askari, there was a man whose name is Ishaq al-Kindi. Ishaq al-Kindi, actually, he is an Iraqi person. And he was very knowledgeable Sunni guy, and he had a lot of knowledge. So what happened? Out of sudden, this man, he was deviated from the right path. So when a person gain a lot of knowledge, it's also very dangerous if you do not have proper digestion system. So if you overeat and if you over gain knowledge, so what happened? You get sick. So sometime also it happened with the ulama. So this guy, he fall into sick, and his aqaid become deviated from the right path. So he said, I'm writing a book with the name of Contradiction in Quran. This man, amazing, this is something wondering. He's a Muslim and he got thousands of his students. And he has a knowledge of Islam, and he's a renowned, he is a very prominent alim. So it become, rumor in the community and society that this man, he is gathering the ayat, those are contradicting to one another. So what happened? There is a big chaos in community. People, they come to Mu'tamid Abbasi. Mu'tamid Abbasi, he was the ruler of that time from Banu Abbas. And Imam al-Askari is in prison. And sometime he goes in prison, sometime he was released from there. So what happened? One day some people, they come to Imam al-Askari and they said, yeah, Imam, this man, he is writing this book and it is become popular and more popular. So what should we do? So, and they were the student of this Ishaq al-Kindi. So Imam alayhi salam said that, isn't there any person among you who is manful person? So they said, yes, yeah, Imam, we are. But the issue is, he's our teacher. And he's Ishaq al-Kindi. He is like mountain of the knowledge. How we can debate, with him? Imam alayhi salam, he said that if I teach you an argument, will you learn from me? So they said, one of them, they said, yes, yeah, Imam, we are ready. So Imam alayhi salam taught him something. And he said, and it's very simple, I'm simplifying it for you. So Imam alayhi salam, he said, when you meet, so first of all, Imam gave him instruction that first of all, you have to get closer to your teacher, because every student is not close. So one of you get closer to your teacher. And once you win his, trust, and you got close to him, then, you can ask this question. And of course, when you request him that, Ustad or teacher, I have a question, then definitely he will permit you and allow you to have question from him. So he said, what is the argument? Imam alayhi salam, he said, when you, get closer to him, one day you ask him that, oh teacher, isn't it possible sometime that you understand something from Quran which is totally different what is meant by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So only one question Imam alayhi salam taught him. Then Imam said, definitely he will respond, because he's an intellectual guy. He's not like an ordinary or ignorant person. He would say, yes, it is possible. Then you would tell him, or you shall tell him that, yeah, oh my Ustad, if it is possible, I may be wrong what I understand from Quran, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meaning is different or intention is different from me, then what you are writing, it is all vain. It is not, there's no benefit of it. So this guy, he goes there and he get closer to the teacher, and he did the same argument. And he said, oh teacher, if it is possible that I understand something from Quran and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intention is different, what I understand, so then what you are writing, it is absolutely absurd. So teacher, of course, when he heard it, so he bent down his head And then he raised. Of course, you know what I presented for you. It is very simple way. So Imam taught him a proper argument there. So teacher said that, oh my student, how this question comes in your mind? I don't think it is your question, because I know what is your level. You are my student. Tell me who taught you this. Then this guy, he said, one day we were in the presence of Imam Askari alayhi salam, and he taught us this thing. So he said that my teacher asked me to bring all his scripture, and before me he burnt all the things with what he has written, since last few months or a year. So this is, how Imam Askari alayhi salatu wasalam recite La salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This is how Imam, rectify, and this is how Imam alayhi salatu wasalam saved the aqaid of the people. Also, there is a history. There is a man whose name is Asqaf. Asqaf, actually, he was a Christian guy and Christian monk or priest. What happened in the time of Mu'tamid Abbasi? Mu'tamid Abbasi, he faced in his regime the very severe drought or famine. There is no rain since long. The crops, they were dried, and animals, they started dying. People, they are suffering. They have no food. People are started dying. So what happened? People, they gathered and they come to Mu'tamid Abbasi and they complain, because those Mu'tamid Abbasi and all the Khulafa and all the rulers of Banu Abbas and Banu Umayyah, they used to think that they are the representative of Rasulullah. They have the place of Rasulullah. Na'udhu billahi min dhalik. So this guy Mu'tamid Abbasi, he said, why don't you go and make the Salatul Istisqa in Sahara, in desert? So all the Muslim Ummah, they are gathered in Sahara, and they get out from there, or they went out to make the Salatul Istisqa for 3 days continuously. They pray their namaz, they make dua over there, but nothing happened. And finally, this monk Asqaf, who was a great guy of the Christians, so he gathered his community people, and they go into Sahara, and they make dua. All of them, they raise their hands, and rain started falling down. So people, they were really astonished. Second day they go, third day again they go, and as long as they are standing and they are making and raising their hand, it is raining heavily and profusely. But over here, what happened? All Muslim, the entire community, they were astonished. And not only they were astonished, the Iman started trembling. And they said, maybe the Christianity is better religion than our religion. Our du'as were not accepted. The namaz istisqa which we have done, it was not effective. Their du'as are effective. And then, this rumor or this thing, this event become common in the community. Everyone, started complaining about the Islam. Own Muslims, they had a problem with the Islam. So the complaint reaches to Mu'tamid Abbasi. At that moment, when complaint come to Mu'tamid Abbasi, Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam, he was in the prison. So Mu'tamid Abbasi is claiming that he is having the place of Rasulullah, but he was helpless. He could not do anything. They were not that close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He could not find way, but he said to bring Imam Hassan al-Askari into his presence. When Imam al-Askari comes before him, he said, Yabna Rasulillah. At that moment, at this juncture, they remember the Ma'sumin alayhi salam, when they are helpless and when they are, they have no way. So when Imam al-Askari comes, he said, Yabna Rasulullah, oh, the son of Rasulullah, your grandfather Rasulullah, religion is in danger. Please come and help it. So here, they remember that they are the real waris of the Rasulullah. Now, Imam al-Askari alayhi salam, he said, okay, I will ask you to, gather the both community again and ask them to make the dua, and all of them, they should get out. They should go into Sahara, in desert, and both community, they should make dua. So Mu'tamid Abbasi, he said, Yabna Rasulullah, but we are not in need of rain anymore. Imam said, no, I'm asking you to do so we can remove the doubt which Muslims started having in their heart. And the shubha or the tactic Christian people they played, I have to, reveal it for the people. So all, Mu'tamid Abbas, because he is a Khalifa and he's a ruler, so he made announcement, all the, both community, they are out. So at that juncture, Imam al-Askari asked Christian community, now you should make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask for rain. So historians, they have written, their pope or the priest, he raised his hand, and the community member also, they raised hand. And the moment they raised hand, the clouds started gathering, and it is about to rain. So Imam al-Askari alayhi salam, he asked from his men, go and find something is there in the hand of pope or in the hand of priest, and remove it and bring it for me. So this man, he goes and he found that there is a bone, a small piece of the bone. So he take it from that priest and bring it to the Imam. Imam alayhi salam wrap it with white cloth, and then he kept it in his pocket. And people, they asked, what it is? Imam said, just wait. So Imam said, now you can make dua. Now priest and all of them, they raised their hand. Instead, clouds, start raining. They, disperse, and the sun started shining, and there is no, asar, there are no consequences of the rain at all. So people, they ask, yeah, Imam, what is going on? Then Imam alayhi salam explained for them that this, thing, actually it is a bone of a prophet. And it is a sunnah tradition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the bone of a prophet comes before sky, it start raining. So it is a, khasiyah and effect of the bones of prophet when it is revealed, when it is, before sky. And because the prophet is a mercy of Allah, absolute mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this tactic, they were playing. And then historian, they said that Imam al-Askari alayhi salam, he offered his namaz. And after namaz, Imam alayhi salam raised his hand and made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Imam alayhi salam made dua, clouds started, gathering. People, they wanted to run away. But Imam said, just wait over here. This cloud is not going to rain here. This cloud is dedicated for the area. Then another cloud come, the third cloud come, fourth cloud come. Imam said, don't go. This is not for this area. And then finally, Imam alayhi salam said, now the cloud which is coming, it is going to rain over here. No, you should go back to your houses. And people, they went their houses, and it was, raining over there. Recite Allah salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This is how Imam al-Askari in his lifetime saved the faith of the people. Now, Muslim, they had a strong faith after having this event, that our religion is true. Even Christians, they started inclining toward the Islam. So one of the tasks of Imam al-Askari was that he saved the Iman. He saved the faith and the aqaid, and he corrected the aqaid of the people. And the second noble task Imam al-Askari have done in his life, it was about readiness for the long occultation for his son. Because he know that the long occultation is before our Shias. And Shias were not ready for the occultation. So far, 250 years, Shias, they had their Imam in front of them. And they were not ready to have, occultation. So Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, what he does, he made announcement and he informed Shias and he made them ready to have a such time where their Imam is not in front of them. And that is why you see that in the time of Imam al-Askari alayhi salam, even the Banu Abbas Caliph, all of them, they were very, sensitive in regard of the Imam al-Mahdi. When we look at the history of A'immah, after 6th Imam, because now the Imamat time of 12 Imam is about to start, when it is 7th Imam time. So they become more sensitive. When it is 8th Imam time, they become more than before. And 9th Imam, 10th Imam. And when the time of Imam al-Askari reaches, so it was the most delicate time for the Banu Abbas. Why? Because they were aware that there are hadiths of Rasulullah, those clearly mentioned that my 12th successor, when he will come, he will fill the earth with justice, and he will wipe out all the dhulm and unjust from the surface of earth. And these people, they were, they were aware that their regime or their government or their power, what they are possessing, it is all illegitimate power. And they knew if this 12th one would come, he will, eradicate our power. So that is why, if you see, from the time of Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salatu wasalam, they did not leave Imam al-Kadhim to remain in Medina, because they were delicate and they know very soon the 12th one is going to come. So they asked Imam al-Kadhim and they brought Imam al-Kadhim to Qadamain, to Baghdad. And then after Imam al-Rada alayhi salatu wasalam was brought to Khurasan, and Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam again to Baghdad, and Imam al-Hadi alayhi salam to Samarra, and then Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam to again Samarra. And why Imam al-Askari alayhi salam is called Askari? Actually, two Imam, they are called Askari. Imam al-Hadi and Imam Ali al-Naqi, 10th Imam, and Imam al-Askari, both of them, they are called Askariyain. So it's title for both Imam. Askariyain. Why Askariyain? Actually, they are called Askariyain in Samarra. Both of our Imam al-Hadi and Imam al-Askari, they were based in an area which is called Askari area. Askari actually army base area. So the biggest or the most strong, or we can say the headquarter of army forces of Banu Abbas was in Samarra. So they brought both of them, both Imam, and they set them there in middle of the army. Why? Because they were more afraid from the Imams. And they knew that if they leave them in Medina, what would happen? They might rise, and they, maybe 12th one is going to appear and he will eradicate. Or even they were not ready to keep Imam in Baghdad in any other place. They kept them in the middle of, in the mid of Askari, in the middle of army forces. And, they are surrounded by them. So that is why these Imam, they are called Askariyain. And before our 12th Imam comes in this dunya, his life was in danger. The way, Fir'aun, his astrologer, they inform him that, oh Fir'aun, very soon, a son is going to come in this dunya, or a boy is going to come in this dunya who will wipe out your, throne and crown. So what Fir'aun does, Fir'aun said, and he made an announcement that any child is born, his head should be chopped. It has to be killed. And that is why, in the time of Fir'aun, every woman, their womb was checked, whether she is pregnant or not. But it is a plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, despite of all those surveillance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He plans to send His successor or His Khalifa into this dunya, the dunya leader cannot do anything. They are helpless before it. And the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does or did with Prophet Musa and his mother, Prophet Musa, mother alayhi salatu wasalam, when she is pregnant, there was no consequences, because when a woman is pregnant, so her stomach start appearing. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, mother, when she was pregnant, there was no asar, there was no signs of the pregnancy. And when the Musa alayhi salam was born, according to the ayah of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ أُمِّ Musa, that we have revealed on the mother of Musa a wahi, and we told her that she has to put the child into a box or into a sanduq and surrender it to the river. And finally, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rescued Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, and he was raised in the same house who was the main enemy of Musa alayhi salam. So again over here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala supported Imam al-Askari alayhi salam for him to give the birth of, or for him to support Allah, the successor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what happened? Historians, they have written about the Narjis Khatun, that Narjis Khatun, however, she was pregnant for Imam Zamana, but there was no signs of the pregnancy in the body of Narjis Khatun, because there were so many women spy, they were kept at the house of Imam, and they said any woman is pregnant in this house, they should be arrested and it should be aborted. So anyway, Narjis Khatun, even, we have a very clear history. There is a lady whose name is Hakima Khatun. Hakima Khatun, actually, she was auntie, fui, or puppy of Imam Askari alayhi salam, the daughter of Imam al-Jawad. So Hakima Khatun, she narrate that on the night when Imam Zamana is about to be born, I was at the house of Imam Hassan al-Askari. And when I wanted to leave and I wanted to go back to my house, so Imam al-Askari comes to me and he said that, oh auntie, can you remain this night at my house? Because the last hujjat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to emerge today. And he's going to be born today. So Narjis, Hakima Khatun, she said, oh my son, Hassan al-Askari, I don't see any sign of pregnancy in any women in this house, nor in, your wife Narjis Khatun, nor in, any slave. So Imam al-Askari alayhi salam said that the last hujjat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be emerged from the womb of Narjis Khatun. So Hakima Khatun, she herself narrated this story. She said, I stayed at the house of Imam al-Askari and I was in the same room of Narjis Khatun. And the woman who is pregnant, she said, I was lying on my bed and Narjis Khatun, she was lying on her bed and she was sleeping very badly and very calmly. And she said, I was awake, and when it is a mid-time, I started, having doubt about what Imam al-Askari said. He said, the moment I had doubt that the last hujjah is going to reappear from the womb of, will appear from the womb of Narjis Khatun, or maybe Imam was saying, na'udhu billahi, just like that. So she said, the moment I had this doubt, from the next room, Imam al-Askari claimed that, oh auntie, you should not have any doubt. Very soon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hujjat is about to come. And then she said, I noticed that the Narjis Khatun, she started, changing her sides. And she started, having uncomfort. And she stood up. And finally, she mentioned the story of birth of Imam Zaman Ajallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. Salawat ala Muhammad. So this is how Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu wasalam introduced about the time of Ghaiba and about the Imam of the time of the Shias. The Imam al-Askari alayhi salam introduced by so many wukala. And also there is a beautiful narration in regard of it, that when Imam Zamana Ajallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif was born, so how Imam al-Askari informed his people. There are so many narrations that Shias, they used to come to house of Imam al-Askari, and Imam al-Askari is introducing his son. This 2-3 narration I have given you in my Imam Hassan Askari Shahadat Majlis. But another narration over here. When Imam Zamana was born, so Imam al-Askari, what he does, he wrote letter to his wukala. Those were agents or those were representative of Imam al-Askari, because Imam al-Hadi and Imam al-Askari, they establish a very strong network of his wukala, because they know that the time of last successor of Rasulullah is going to be very near. And without the network of the wukala, Shia cannot survive, because everyone will not be able to meet the Imam. Everyone will not have eligibility to, meet Imam in the time of occultation. So that is why Imam al-Hadi and Imam al-Askari, both of them, they establish a strong network of the wukala. So when Imam alayhi salam was born, when the 12th Imam was born, so Imam al-Askari, he wrote letter to many of his wukala to make a aqiqah for my son. So when they made aqiqah and the meat was distributed to the Shias, so Shias, they asked, what happened? Why you are distributing this meat? And then these wukala, they inform that the Imam of your time already was born. So that is why we are distributing. So one task of the Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu salam was that Imam rectify and Imam save the aqaid of the people. Second is Imam alayhi salatu salam prepared the people for occultation, or his Shias for occultation. And the third task, the third noble task Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu salam did in his lifetime, it was, giving tarbiyah, which is called ethical tarbiyah, tarbiyatun akhlaqiyah. So Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu wasalam, he reformed the akhlaq of the people. And there are so many ahadiths which I brought, but depending on the time, inshallah, I will suffice on one or two, inshallah. Recite Allah salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And by his own action, because I don't have much time, by his own action, Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu wasalam rectified the akhlaq of his Shias. When he was in prison, there is a man whose name is Saleh. Saleh, actually, he was appointed by Banu Abbas, Mu'tamid Abbasi, to torture Imam as much as possible in the prison. But finally, what happened? Saleh, one day he came to the Mu'tamid Abbasi. He said, I don't feel any, torture from the Imam al-Askari. I did not hear any pain from the Imam al-Askari. Are you not torturing him? Actually, this man, he said, actually, what is happening, whatever, he was the head of, prisons. So he said, I have appointed 2 people in there, and both of them, what happened? They surrendered themselves before the Imam al-Askari alayhi salam. So this Mu'tamid Abbasi, he said, can you call those people? Can you call both of them? So these 2 people, they were brought to the Mu'tamid Abbasi. Mu'tamid Abbasi said to them that, cursed upon you, why you are not torturing the Imam al-Askari alayhi salam? So these 2 people, they said, oh Khalifa, how can we, torture the Imam Askari? Because all the time we see that he is busy in offering his namaz, recitation of the Quran, making the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Mu'tamid Abbasi, we are afraid from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we torture them, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, send his chastisement upon us. So that is why, whenever we release our lashes and we want to hit on the Imam al-Askari, our hands start shivering. So we are not able to, touch, or we are not able to torture such a man who is always in the state of the ibadah. So this was the, akhlaq of Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu wasalam. One beautiful hadith Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu wasalam has taught us, and it is about the raha. What is the meaning of raha? Imam said, Aqallun nasi rahatan al-husud. Rahat, contentment or peace, tranquility, it is something which is desired by everyone. Everyone in this dunya, he wants to have peace in his life. No matter Muslim, non-Muslim, Shia, non-Shia, everyone in this dunya, he is after peace. And that is why you see how many of us, we work hard to gain a lot of wealth. For what? To have peace in our life. We work hard and we build our house. Why we build it? For us to have peace in our life. We buy cars for us to have peace of mind for our life. So peace is something everyone desired. So peace, it is something natural desire. But look at the, Imam al-Askari alayhi salatu wasalam, how he explained and how he direct us toward the peace. In life, for example, we gain money, or we earn money for us to have, a beautiful life. We, buy a beautiful car for us to have, peace and comfort in our life. So many things, we bring in our life. So many things, so many commodity we bring in our life. But at the end, what happened? Sometimes still we do not get any peace in our life. What is the reason? Actually, it is not all about, getting, or it is not all about obtaining and bringing them in our life. Sometimes you have to remove something from your life. Look at what Imam alayhi salatu wasalam said. Imam said, Aqallun nasir rahatan al-husud. Those who have, least rahat, those who have least peace in their life, or less peace in their life, they are hasid, they are jealous people. If jealousy is there in our life, no matter how much wealth we have, no matter, how big house we have, or how big family we have, if we have, jealousy, if we have, hasad in our life, Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, this hasad remove all type of comfort and all type of contentment and tranquility from your heart, from your, life. So first of thing, what we have to do, we have to make ground for our life that remove the hiqd, remove the enmity, remove the jealousy from our life. If jealousy is there, no matter what you have, it's still, there is a pain in life, there is, uncomfort, and there is anxiety in life. But if jealousy is not there, if you remove jealousy, no matter how less you have, no matter how less children you have, no matter how small house you have, no matter how simple car you have, but still you will have comfort, you will have peace and tranquility in your life. And vice versa also. Sometimes mashallah, a person, he has a lot of wealth, and a lot big house, so big family, but if he does not have hasad in their life, he will have double comfort, he will have double peace in life. And on other hand, a person who does not have anything, and he has peace in he has no hasad in their life, so his life is mashallah beautiful life, and he can enjoy the life, because hasad is something which ruin the tranquility, which ruin the peace from our life. Because what is hasad? Actually, hasad is that insan, he does not have look on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to him. Hasad is something that our eyes is not on what we have. Hasad is something with that we have look on what other people they have. Why they have gained this much, wealth? Why they have gained this much knowledge? So this is called hasad. So that is why our sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, الحاسد يضر لنفسه قبل أن يضر المحسود. Hasid, he harm himself before he harm his fellow with whom he has hasad. So that is why Imam Askari alayhi salam, he said, if you want to have peace and tranquility and rahat in your life, you have to remove the hasad from your life. Let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, give us tawfiq to inculcate the teaching of Imam Askari alayhi salatu wassalam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to save and protect our iman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us ready for the reappearance of our Imam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help those who are oppressed by the zalimeen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help those who are, under the oppression of zalimeen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala eradicate the zalimeen from the surface of earth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthen the power of Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to nurture our children on Islamic way. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to perform all the wajibat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our marhumin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate the darajat and the status of shuhada. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to help one another. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to make more and more istighfar. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to read Quran, inculcate Quran into our heart. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordain us from the ansar of our Imam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasten the reappearance of our Imam. Wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ahli baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. As-salawat ala Muhammad wa ali.
Salawat Muhammad. Can I, before I read the manqabat, can I just request Surah Fatiha for Nadeem's mother, whose birthday is today? Her name is Marhuma Zumarrad Ijaz. Also, another Fatiha, Marhum Sharaf Ali and Marhuma Tasneem Mazhar, and all our Marhumin. Fatiha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Also, over the weekend, Dr. Ashraf's father was admitted in ICU. He is not well. Can we recite Amma Yujibu for him before I read the manqabat? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amma Yujibul Mustar'iza Du'ahu Yakshifu Su. Amma Yujibul Mustar'iza Du'ahu Yakshifu Su. أَمَّن يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ أَمَّن يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ أَمَّن يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ صلوات بر محمد و آل محمد. جو واجب ہے مجھ پر وہی کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر وہی کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر. ظہور حسن عسکری کی خوشی میں، ظہور حسن عسکری کی خوشی میں ہر غم سے خود کو بری کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر. ثنائے حسن عسکری کا ہے مطلب، ثنائے حسن عسکری کا ہے مطلب، ثنائے نبی و علی کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر. ہو مدفن میرا سامرا کی زمین میں، ہو مدفن میرا سامرا کی زمین میں، دعا رب سے یہ ہر گھڑی کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر. جو حب حسن عسکری دل میں رکھے، جو حب حسن عسکری دل میں رکھے، اسی شخص سے دوستی کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر. لٹا کر یہ جان اپنی ابن نبی پر، لٹا کر یہ جان اپنی ابن نبی پر، حیات اپنی میں دائمی کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں جو واجب ہے مجھ پر، جو حب حسن عسکری دل میں رکھے، جو حب حسن عسکری دل میں رکھے، اسی شخص سے دوستی کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر، بنا کر یہ گلدستہ شعروں کا ناصر، بنا کر یہ گلدستہ شعروں کا ناصر، میں نظر حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر وہی کر رہا ہوں، ثنائے حسن عسکری کر رہا ہوں، جو واجب ہے مجھ پر۔ صلوات بھیجیے۔ افضل السلام سلام علیک یا رسول محمد وآل محمد، صلی علی محمد، الہی ببیمار دشت بلا، جو بیمار ہو جلد پائے شفا، الہی برائے امام زمان، ہمیں حول محشر سے دے تو امان، قیامت میں معشور ہو بالی، اٹھے قبر سے کہے کہ ہم یاری ہیں، پانچوں نو مل چہار داتن، احمد ولی زہرا و حسن، شبیر سے لے تا امام زمان، شبیر سے لے تا امام زمان، اس پر ایک سلام صلوات سبڑو، صلوات صلوات و سلام، یا امام زمان پرتوا و ظہور، یا امام زمان، صلوات۔
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم، السلام علیک یا رسول اللہ، السلام علیک یا امیر المؤمنین، السلام علیک یا فاطمۃ الزہرا، السلام علیک یا حجیت الکبریٰ، السلام علیک یا حسن مجتبیٰ، السلام علیک یا ابا عبداللہ الحسین وعلی تسعة المعصومین من ذریتک، علی ابن حسین و محمد ابن علی و جعفر محمد موسیٰ ابن جعفر وعلی ابن موسیٰ محمد ابن علی وعلی ابن محمد والحسن ابن علی والحجة ابن الحسن عجل اللہ فرجہ وصح اللہ محجہ وظہورہ، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔ بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم، اللہم کل ولیک الحجۃ ابن الحسن صلواتک علیہ وعلی آبائی هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا